Hi, welcome to Games Web. My name's Mark, and in this video I'm going to take a look at Core Space Firstborn, the miniature sci-fi game from Battle Systems. Okay, so this isn't a brand new game. It's been out for a little while, and it's the second edition of the Core Space game, more or less aimed at solo players. It's a standalone game. You don't need to have Core Space to play this. You can play it separately, and it works with any of the Core Space expansions or miniatures or anything like that. And this is part of a project that I'm hopefully going to be doing all the way through 2025, which is solo gaming, which is both role-playing, wargaming and board gaming, for my new website, Lone Gamer UK, which should be live soon. Anyway, let's just jump in. Right, so this is a very heavy box, a really heavy box, and there's a lot in it. There we go. Right, so at the furthermost tip of the galaxy burns a small white star. Here lie the remnants of the Firstborn, an advanced civilization that conquered the galaxy long ago, but were brought low by civil war. For millions of years they slept, and when the traders arrived to pick over the bones of a long dead people, the Firstborn were awoken. Okay, so the game comes with everything you need to play, including a cat that won't shut me out, including 4 trainer miniatures, 12 Firstborn miniatures, 2 Game Hunter miniatures, 2 Rockworm miniatures, 8 character boards, 6 class boards, 1 ship board, plastic crew dashboards, hostility tracker, literally lots and lots of stuff. Everything you can see here it comes with. Now, I got this on the Battle Systems webpage. It's available from most retailers, but I got this on their webpage because they were having a sale at the time. So let's jump in and see what we get. Now, as I said, I'm actually setting up a solo project because I'm finding it quite difficult to actually get out of the house because my mobility is not very good at the moment, and I need something to do at home. So let's look what we get. Ugh, it's a very heavy box, and there's a lot of stuff in here. Right. Okay, so let's just pop that back down again. That's that big, it's making the table wobble. Okay, I'm trying to get a better setup system for doing my videos as well, because my old setup system's gone by the way. Okay, the first thing we come across is a silica gel mat. Get rid of that, but make sure you dispose of it carefully because it's very dangerous for pets, like my cat, who will not leave me alone. We get a 2 foot by 2 foot square battle mat, which is ideal, and it's got a piece of silica that's sitting on it. So that's our game board. It's also gridded off in 1-inch squares as well. And then we get our components on the inside of the game. So we'll take this out and we'll have a quick look through it, and I'll go through each part individually. You get some plastic bags to put tokens in. You get a dice bag with the Core Space logo on it that you can use for either putting in your dice or putting in counters. They suggest using it for the counters. We get some card inserts which are used to put the terrain away when you've finished playing. We get a 2-sided plastic range ruler, which, if I can just get the cellophane to open. Can't find the end, there's the end. Don't know what's up with my cat, he will not be quiet. Okay, right, so we get our range ruler. It doubles, you've got a short one, you've got a long one, and you just basically put them together like that to make an extra long range, and they're divided into inches. We'll come to that when we actually get to the game itself. We have a little plastic container here that contains our pegboards. So we've got a threat indicator pegboard, which I'll explain in a moment. You have a tracker that goes in there and you put little pegs in, and the further up they go, the more hostile the creatures that will appear. We get our crew rosters. So we get 4 of these. These are for putting our crew cards on. Your crew card goes in there, and then that's where your skill cards go and your equipment goes below it. or the other way around, I can't remember. But we'll look at it in a moment. And then each of those is identical. You get 4 of those because it's a 4-player game. You get our cards, which those are our event cards, which we'll come on to in a moment. Then we get the struts that connect together your plastic terrain, your card tray, sorry. And yeah, it looks like one of the silica gel packs has leaked in this. Okay, we also get our Firstborn Read Me First pamphlet, which tells you how to play the game, gives you details of everything that comes in the game, and all your card sheets and everything, how to use your dashboards, and you also get setting up your first game and how the game plays. We then get, if I can take that off, we then get our Core Space core rulebook, which is packed full of artwork and lots of things, which we'll go through again in a moment. We get our box of miniatures, which we'll go through in a moment again. And then we get all our cardstock terrain and counters. So the cardstock terrain and counters, all the cardstock terrain clips into each other using the little grey pegs. Once you've clipped all it together, it's double-sided, so you can then change the things around. You can punch out windows and doors and stuff like that. This is the Alien Catacombs one, which comes in the old Alien Catacombs box set. And basically, you can get lots of different ones. There's like a market, there's a cyberpunk type one, but that's the one that comes with this. And then in this box here, we get our miniatures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all this stuff away to one moment, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the miniatures. Okay, welcome back. So I've just opened the miniatures set. We'll have a quick look at what the miniatures are. They look very, very nice. This is the first time I've actually seen the miniatures up close and personal, because I've not actually had a chance to play the game, and just seeing it basically the first time I did. So we get a set of dice that go with the game. We get a skill and action dice, and we also get a dice for controlling the NPCs and aliens. We get lots of different pegs, which slot into your character's dashboard, and when you do things like use ammunition or magic or whatever, your psionics, a peg gets taken out. If you're using ammunition, a peg gets taken out of this board and put into your threat board, because the more noise you make, the more threat you're actually making to attract enemies. Okay, so we get our crew, as well as the guys who we're facing up against. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so we can get a better look. Right, so I'm going to refer to the reference because it tells us everything we get in our crew and such. Okay, so starting up at the top, we have we have two, I think it's that one and that one, yeah. These two are iconoclasts, I think, iconoclasts. They're the bad guys. They're part of the Firstborn. And then we have 3 lieges, which are that one, and that one. So it's basically the same character in 3 different poses. Nice looking models. And then there's another one. These are the bad guys. Then we also have 2 Trueborn, which is this one here. And there's another Trueborn knocking about somewhere. And that's the other Trueborn. If I can pick him up. It's quite hard to get him picked up. So in the game, you play as the crew of a spaceship, and you're salvaging what you can in the far future, in the galaxies far, far away. We also have the two NPCs. One's called Keats and the other one's called Calgoon. That one's Keats and that one's Calgoon. And they're all done in different coloured plastic, so you know which goes with which. Then we have our drones. There's 5 of those. I think they're all identical. There's 5 of those. They're in the top. They all come with a little flying base. Then we have the 2 big guys, which are these nasty looking creatures, which I think are called rock worms. Can't actually find the details of them, but they've got that one, and they've got another one which is slightly different, but they're quite big and beefy. And then we have our crew. Now, your crew is normally made up between 4 and 6 characters. I think 6 is the maximum you can have. We have our leader, who is called Cassie. I think she's the leader anyway. Very nice looking model. Then we have Wade. Got a nice blaster. We have a droid named Hopper. And finally, we have an alien big guy called Balcor. Now, I know at least one of the other crew sets comes with an alien as its captain, but I can't remember which one it is. Right, so that's a quick look at the miniatures. I'm trying to keep this video short, but as in-depth as I can. So what we're going to do now is have a quick look through the introductory scenario. And I've been using this just to basically show you what the names of each of the characters was. So it gives you an overview. You go in, grab as much loot as you can, get out. If you're lucky, you don't have to fire a single shot, which I don't think that's going to happen. And a lot of the walkthroughs I've seen, crews have been up against it. Right, so this teaches you how to play the game. And what they suggest is you just basically follow the game as it's laid out in here. You've got your card trackers and your components. The hostility board, which is the this tracker marker here, which you put the insert into. And every time, it starts off at 1. And at the end of every activation, you put another peg in. And the more pegs you get in, the more creatures appear. And it tells you on this board what kind of creatures appear, and it tells you what threat level they are. So you've got different threat levels, from the drones, which are like quite easy to beat, to like the Trueborn, which are very, very difficult to beat. You've got search markers, which you can use to search for terrain, search the terrain, sorry, and find ammunition, equipment, weapons, all sorts of things. And then we have our character dashboard. So we've got plastic dashboards. Each one of them has a card sheet built into it. I've just noticed something. There's something missing from my thing. I should have actually had a dry white marker, but I've not got one. At least I didn't see one. Should have been a dry white marker in this, and there wasn't one. Right, so I'm going to have to get onto Battle Systems about that, because there wasn't a dry white marker. Okay, well, anyway, the game comes with a dry white marker. These are laminated. You just put in the dots on it with a dry white marker, and that should be that. That's pretty annoying. Oh well. Never mind. Moving on. So we have a character board, which gives us all the various things we need to know about our character. So you've got your health, your actions, the skills, the career path that they're on. There's lots of different careers. You can mix and match, so your character doesn't have to be like Cassie. Doesn't have to be a Marine. She could be a crewman, or she could be any other kind of career. And depending on what pips you put into your career, that's what you get. Okay, then you've got all the dice, teach you how to play the game, and then it sets up round 1 and how to actually play the game. So every character gets 2 actions. They get a short action and a long action, and we increase the hostility of the game. And then during the trader's phase, the characters get to go, and they can attack enemies or search or do lots and lots of different things like that. Okay, so I'm just going to quick look at the rules. If I can get them out of the box with one hand, which is not easy. Okay, so the cost-based rulebook. Again, it gives you an overview of the game and tells you everything you need to know. Also teaches you about what terrain you need to set up. As you can see here, the terrain just clips together. It's double-sided, so you can basically use it for lots and lots of different games. And a lot of special effects happen with some of the games, like plasma events here. You've got plasma coming out. You can take that part out, so it's closed, put it back in when it's open. We've got a couple of expansions, like the Gates of Riza comes with like a Stargate, which has got a water effect, which I'm going to be covering in a later video. All the different things about how you can actually move. It gives you a glossary of all your terms, how you use the pegs and what different coloured pegs do. Combat dice, how to read the dice. You always roll a blue die, and if you get any extra dice added, they're always a red die. And we also have things like random directions and scatter. Each of the other dice that you get has an arrow on it. The arrow indicates the direction that you scatter into. How to use cover, line of sight, basically everything you need to play the game. How to set your game up. Each mission has its own specific objectives and specific maps. And obviously there are lots and lots and lots of things on the Battle Systems website that teach you how to use the maps. How to do close assault and ranged assault, not back. You can actually go through games without firing a shot. You can use your skills to actually try and work around things and negotiate. And then we've got fear, knowledge dice, drones. When you get to a certain level in your threat meter, you start encountering the harder creatures, and the game becomes more difficult, obviously, because they're very difficult to take out. Your character can... so we've got a setup here. This is like a briefing. So it's an exploration. Shows you where to place your objects of interest, where to place your chests, and what cards to use. And it's also the starting level of your hostility tracker, which on this level starts at 0. So you start with no pegs in, and then you just work your way up. The more pegs you get in, the more creatures appear, the harder it is. Each thing lasts for a set number of turns. Okay. And then when you find your character, do some searching, and they find equipment and what have you, you place your equipment into the slot. They've got little holes at the bottom so you can push your finger in to let them out, but you're limited to what you can actually carry in your slot. The wider things are, the more difficult it is for you to carry them, so you're going to have to make a choice. Do you drop them on the floor and carry on, or if you want to, you can actually buy the expansion called Backpack, which just clips onto that and allows you to carry more stuff, which you can then sell. So you've got starting crew, and this suggests that you give these skills and classes to these set characters here, and then you've got the different species. So you've got Cassie Peltier, which is she's a human. You've got Wade Gentry, he's a human. Balcor is a Narandera, and then Hopper is a machine of human origin, and then the Eldon, which is the ship. Sorry, is it the Eldon? The Iodion. Quite difficult to pronounce. Okay, so you can upgrade your crews between missions. You can lose characters. Characters can leave. It acts like a role-playing game, and it's very easy to turn the background into a role-playing game as well. And then we got all the mission briefings. Each one of these leads up to growing your game. So they all seem to start on a hostility starting level of 0. This one starts at level 1, so you put 1 in there. And that starts at level 8, so that's quite hard. Same with the one starts at level 8. Then you got epilogues, what to do between games. Then you've got references for your terrain and what your terrain does in the game, skills, and much more. You know, how to augment your skills and stuff like that. And that is a quick look at that. Okay, so overall thoughts. This is only a very quick unboxing, but overall thoughts, it looks very, very good. Now, my goal is to not only be using CoreSpace, but I'm going to be using a lot of the components from CoreSpace and CoreSpace Firstborn for an upcoming project, which is going to basically be solo gaming, as I've mentioned, role-playing and wargaming, using CoreSpace, using Stargrave, and more importantly using 5 parsecs from home, which I think is going to go down really, really well. I'm hoping to do a lot of 5 parsecs because I'm very interested in it. Right, so that was my quick look through the CoreSpace Firstborn starter box. Hopefully I should get the other videos done very shortly and we can check them out together. I've been Mark. No matter where you're in the world, look after yourself, stay safe, keep on gaming, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye.